Hello, everyone. Welcome to this presentation on California 2+2 study options. I will hand over the mic to our presenter, Laura.
Thank you, Xiaoying. Hi, I'm Laura Perry. I'm the International Recruitment and Marketing Coordinator at California State University, East Bay. Thank you so much for joining us. My co-presenter, Dr. Tim Honadell, I think is busy in his booth. Hopefully he'll be joining us shortly. So he's representing College of the Canyons, which is a 2-year community college in Southern California. And I'm at Cal State East Bay in the San Francisco Bay Area. So we're going to just give you a quick overview of higher education in California with an introduction to the 2+2 system and the California community colleges, how to transfer from California community colleges to the CSU system, an overview of our system, and then some benefits of why it's a good idea to transfer to my campus at Cal State East Bay, including transfer scholarships. We'll also save some time to take your questions. So higher education in California has 3 very large systems in public education. The California Community Colleges is the largest higher education system in the United States. They enroll over 1.8 million students at 116 campuses, and these enable you to get either a certificate, an associate's degree, or prepare you for transfer to 4-year universities. The CSU system is the largest 4-year public university system in the United States. We educate approximately 484,000 students at our 23 campuses. And the CSU system focuses on undergraduate and graduate instruction, and it prepares students for practical careers. The UC system is the state's primary academic research institutions. They are the awarders of doctoral and professional degrees, so PhD programs, as well as law schools and medical schools. They educate about 250,000 undergraduate and graduate students at their 10 campuses. So the 2+2 model is really straightforward. It generally takes 4 years to complete an undergraduate degree in the United States. And in order to transfer from a community college, basically what you do is you complete the first half of your degree at the community college level, so 60 semester credits, which can be done in 2 years. You complete all of your general education requirements at the community college, and you can do some pre-major courses as well, depending on major. You need to maintain a certain GPA, depending on the university you want to transfer to. So it needs to be at least a 2.0 GPA to be able to transfer. And all of the California community colleges have transfer centers to help you with your choice of 4-year universities and with the application process. And they also have counselors that are going to work with you throughout your program to make sure you're taking the correct classes that are going to meet the general education requirements and the admission requirements of the universities you're interested in. So you see here, you can take 2 years at community college and then 2 years at a CSU or a UC or a private institution, or you could enroll directly in the university. It's the same end degree from the 4-year institution, whether you start at a community college or start directly at that university. So here's an overview of the California community colleges. You see a lot of pins there and all throughout the state. The California community colleges educate 1 in 4 community college students in the United States and transfer nearly 80,000 students each year to UC and CSU systems. California community colleges have transfer agreements with the CSU and UC systems, which make it easier for transfer students to go to these 4-year colleges and universities. I should mention they don't only have transfer agreements with the public institutions in California, they also have agreements with private institutions in California, as well as public and private institutions in other parts of the United States. So you don't have to stay in the same state necessarily if you attend a community college, but it does make it easier in the state of California because these articulation agreements are in place. One benefit for international students to study at a community college is that you can do a year of OPT or optional practical training. So basically, that's an internship where you can be earning money and getting job experience after you complete your associate's degree. And then you would transfer to the college after that work experience. So that is an option and a benefit of the F1 student visa in the United States. If Tim isn't here, I'll go ahead and introduce College of the Canyons as well. So they are a two-year college located just north of Los Angeles. So they're very centrally located in Southern California with easy access to Los Angeles, LAX Airport, the Ventura Marina, Pine Mountain, Santa Monica Beach, Studio City, Hollywood, and Disneyland. So it's a great location for those interested in entertainment fields or who just want to have some nice warm weather and be close to the beach and a lot of fun activities in Southern California. So once you complete your 2 years at the community college, as I said before, there's a very clear system of a defined pathway for community college students that's supported by a statewide set of general education courses that transfer between institutions. So in the CSU system, upper division transfer applicants are required to complete 60 semester units or 80 quarter units if you go to a quarter unit community college. And many of the CSU campuses will require 4 special general education classes that we call the Golden 4 that must be completed at the community college level. So these classes are an oral communication, which is a public speaking course, a written communication, a freshman composition course, critical thinking, which is a logic or argumentation, sort of a debate or philosophy course, and then the math or critical reasoning. So that would be a math course, like a college algebra or statistics. So those 4 things are expected for most California state universities before you can transfer. On the right here is a picture of one of our recent transfer students from Diablo Valley College here in the Bay Area who came here to Cal State East Bay. So the CSU system, again, we have 23 campuses. It's among the most diverse university systems in the United States. International students applying directly from high schools have to have a 3.0 GPA, but transfer students only need a 2.0 GPA to be admitted. And half of the CSU students transfer from California community colleges. So if you're not familiar with this 2+2 system, it really is very common in the state of California as a way to start your college education. So the CSU system is known for a low-cost, high-quality education. So our undergraduate tuition is about $16,500 per year. So that compares to the UC system at about $40,000 per year for international students. And again, we do have those transfer guarantee pathways. We offer 49 different undergraduate degrees as well as 30 graduate programs. And we have a diverse multicultural student body of about 15,000 students. We're located in the heart of the Bay Area on a hill overlooking San Francisco Bay. And easy access to get into downtown San Francisco or to Silicon Valley. We're about 30 to 40 minutes in either direction. So it's a great place for internships as well as just exploring all the benefits of 2 major metropolitan areas. We have an active campus life. You will also find an active campus life on California community colleges as well. So you'll be able to join in clubs. There will be places to hang out on campus. For example, our student union has lounges, a game zone. There's lots of space to hang out with friends, grab food together, work on projects. And also, you're eligible to work on campus up to 20 hours per week from your first semester. We also want to promote our transfer scholarships for international students. So any student transferring to Cal State East Bay who has a 3.3 transfer GPA is eligible to apply for the Global Honor Scholarship. This is a 1-year award. It waives about $2,200 in the non-resident tuition and is available to any student who completes the scholarship application, which also includes an essay. So there's a picture on the right of one of our recent recipients from Vietnam, from Lane College here in the Bay Area. So we do accept transfer students both for fall and for spring. And we're open now for fall 2023. The application deadline is May 1st. So we'd be happy to take any questions that you may have, and we would also encourage you to follow social media, both for Cal State East Bay and College of the Canyons, to learn more about what's happening on our campuses.
I can add something here. Most students can go directly to East Bay. They can apply to East Bay and they can get accepted to East Bay. And I don't think, does East Bay have a capacity problem, Laura, or do you have plenty of capacity?
No. Yeah,
Yeah.
plenty of
So
capacity.
most students can just go straight to East Bay, but not every student. So if you can't get directly into East Bay, your best option is to go through the 2+2 program, because you will be accepted to East Bay through the 2+2 program. So if your academic bona fides are really not up to par and East Bay can't get you in, then you can definitely get in through the 2+2 program. Another reason to do 2+2 is because you can live in 2 different places during your 4 years. So California is a big place. You can live in Southern California for College of Canyons for 2 years, and then you can move to Northern California at East Bay. The cultures are different. The urban environment is different. The restaurants are different. There's all sorts of differences, and you get to experience both. A lot of students will choose a community college for the 2+2 first, sometimes based on where they have family members they want to live in, or based on their safety considerations. And then after 2 years of school, they're mature enough to go anywhere and study any place. And East Bay is a perfect place to go. So the 2+2 system is really designed to catch all those students that can't jump straight into the California State University system for some reason, or don't want to for some reason. And so we basically are telling you that in California, you're very likely, if you're willing to do the heavy lifting, going to get that bachelor's degree and be able to start your OPT, which is your work period after completion of the bachelor's degree. So it's really a great program. Do we have any questions? I don't see anything in the chat.
Yeah, I don't see any either. I would just add, in addition, that a lot of students save money by attending community colleges because the tuition is quite a bit less. So if you are strained financially, that's a great way to save a bit of money before transferring to another institution where it might be a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, that's a really good point. You save typically enough money that so first of all, I recommend every student strongly plan on getting a master's degree. East Bay's got great master's degrees. And the reason I say that is because right now the world is saying, okay, there's lots of bachelor's degree people out there. Who do we pick? Well, that means they're going to start moving up to master's degrees. So 10 years from now, you're going to be really glad you got that master's degree. You save a lot of money when you do the 2+2. You can move that money to East Bay for your master's degree. So you end up spending the same amount of money, but you end up with a master's degree. So Laura's right. It does cost less money. It's the same classes. There's no real difference. Maybe some class size differences and some location differences. But really the key thing is getting that master's degree and finding the best way to make sure you accomplish that.
Okay, I'm going to take Julie's question and then I'll let Tim take the second part of that. So the first part is about the OPT process. So one benefit of the F1 student visa is that you can do internships, both for academic credit, and then after your degree program, you can do an internship just for work experience while you're still on the F1 visa. So if you're doing an internship while you're enrolled in classes, it's called CPT, or curricular practical training. And you're eligible to do that after you've been in the US in F1 status for 1 year. So you could do CPT at a community college, or you could do it at a 4-year institution. And the OPT process is for after you've finished any degree level. So whether it's an associate's degree or a bachelor's degree or a master's degree, you qualify at each level to do a year of optional practical training. And for students in STEM fields, there's an opportunity to get an extension so that you could have 3 years of work experience if you're in a field like computer science or biological sciences or something like that. So the process is you will have international student advisors on your campus that's going to walk you through every step of the process and help you with completing the OPT application. So don't worry about that process. You're going to have workshops on it when you get to campus. You just have to get approval from the U.S. government work authorization. So it does take some time. You do have to be careful with that application, and your international student advisors on your campus will walk you through that.
And then the second question there is about baseball, and the answer is yes. Community college systems have sports. Different campuses have different sports, and the purpose of the community college system is really to act as like a farm league, if you know what that is, a feeder school to the Division I schools. Now, if you don't get into a Division I school with a scholarship, you can still play sports at the California State University level. And so there's a lot of opportunity. The purpose of the sports programs at the community college level is to identify where the athlete can best contribute to a team someplace in the United States and try to get that student a scholarship into that school. And that's what our coaches focus on. They know exactly like who needs a heavy hitter, who needs a first base person, who needs a catcher, and what school is that, and what is the best possibility for a scholarship, so the student can get into that and really get paid attention to. It's really hard for students to get paid attention to at the high school level outside of the United States. There's thousands and thousands of students that send tapes in to our coaches all the time. We really can't even look at them. But once you get on campus, you walk onto the team. Now the coach gets to know you, and that coach figures out where's that school that needs this particular position. And that's the big advantage of sports at community colleges. It can be one of the best ways to get into a Division I program, possibly with a scholarship. And Division I is the best pathway to the pros.
You're welcome, Julie. Thanks for the question. Any other questions? I would just say that I was just earlier this morning at one of our local community colleges recruiting students for Cal State East Bay. So I've been at, we're going to be visiting 6 different community colleges in our area just this week. So it's definitely a place where we look to find students. And I was excited to meet with a student who's already been admitted for spring. He'll be joining us. So it's really great to connect with students at the community colleges. Because you're at a community college in the US, you're able to visit the campuses of all of the colleges you're considering. So if you go to College of the Canyons, you'll have so many campuses in the LA area that you could visit, or you could rent a car or on a bus or train and come up to Northern California and visit other campuses that you might not be able to do from overseas, from your country. It gives you a really good opportunity to see campuses before you just apply.
Yeah, Laura's got a really good point. There's a tradition in the United States for students. They go on these road trips with their parents and they go visit campuses and get a feel of the campus. And the student kind of makes their decision. I like this campus and I like the way it feels. It's all emotional. It's not really based on a career or based on where you can play sports or based on what major you're going to study. Internationally, that's hard to do. It's really expensive. I have lots of students who their parents, they come by College of the Canyons, check it out, then they sign up for the 2+2 because they love our campus. But if you can't do that at first, then all you need to do is land at a community college like College of the Canyons. And then from there, just like Laura said, you can go check out all the different California state universities and see which campus is the campus you like, making sure they have a master's degree program is in the area of study that you're interested in. Find out what their sports teams are like, or their debate team, or their forensics team, or what their campus activities through the clubs are all about, and find out what all those are all about and what scholarships are happening. And then you can start making a choice of which ones to apply to, using that community college as the launch pad for that. It really shortens that distance to those schools that you have to really try to accomplish from all the way back home. You get to do it from the 2+2. And remember, the diploma you receive from East Bay is exactly the same whether you do 4 years at East Bay or 2+2. Same exact diploma. No one knows. So it's not even important. The key is who's going to issue that degree, and East Bay is going to issue that degree for you. So doing the 2+2 gives you that advantage of being able to really kind of look around and see which part of the state you want to live in. Do you like an urban environment? Do you like a rural environment, or something in between, which is like what East Bay and College of Canyons are? So what are you really looking for? What kind of experience do you want to have? Who are you going to meet? All of those things. That's an important part of that search that you get to do if you land at a good community college and can work out from there. So Tony, do we answer your questions about baseball? And Julie, do we answer your questions about baseball?
Okay. Xiaoying, is there anything you would like us to add?
No, I think that's great. Thank you so much for the information. I didn't expect you to talk about sports, but it's so great that you did, because we do get lots of questions from student athletes in Canada about the different pathways a student athlete can pursue. So thank you very much. And I'm sure more students will watch the recording later, and maybe they'll reach out if they have more questions. So thank you again for the presentation. If there are no more questions from the audience, we will wrap this up. And please go back to the booth and speak directly with our admissions representatives if you have more specific questions about your specific situation.
Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Thank you. Thank you, Laura. Great job.
Thanks.
Okay, bye, everybody.
Bye.